Can LA Knight break the curse of WWE stars who get over by themselves only to get buried for doing so?
I've got some bad news.
Well, the short answer is no. The long answer is hell no. But African wrestling fan, LA Knight is getting more TV time, he's in high profile matches, and he's getting a shot at Roman Reigns' belt. So what do you mean no? Well, before I answer that, let's look at a brief history of WWE burying wrestlers who got over by themselves. And through that, we will identify patterns that prove my point. And I know what you are thinking. Of course, those other wrestlers were buried because Vince had full control over the creatives. Now, Triple H is in control of creative. Listen, until the day Vince McMahon passes away, I refuse to believe that he has zero say in the creative. And I know the journalists are reporting that he's no longer in control, but come on guys, this is Vince we are talking about.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Did that hurt? I'm sorry, but that looked so incredibly painful.
It hurt my bank account.
Yeah.
It hurt my legs. It hurt my career. It hurt my heart. It hurt everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Very painful.
That was extremely painful.
The crowd was just the people. I have to thank them. You know, they were just chanting my name at shows I wasn't even at. It got to a point where I feel like they said, okay, we got to do something with this kid. You know, because they just wouldn't shut up. And at the time, I'm involved with Cena, Cena's the top guy, right? So now I'm doing stuff with John Cena. I'm like, holy shit, I'm doing stuff with John Cena. This is great. And at the time, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm working with Cena. I'm working with Kane. I'm in this WrestleMania match. I don't really realize that it's over until like that WrestleMania ends, and then pretty much I'm done. And I see everything that I had worked so hard for just disappear.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I became incredibly frustrated when I got something like Bad News Barrett and it was over and people were wanting to see it. And I went to Vince one day and said, hey, look, they're cheering me. We need to turn me babyface. They want to see me as a babyface. And Vince decided, no, I don't want you to ever be a babyface. You're always going to be a heel with me. So the way we're going to counter that, the fact that people are cheering you, is we're going to take away the things that they're cheering. So you're going to be Bad News Barrett, but you're not going to give bad news anymore. And that's going to frustrate them and they're all going to start booing you. Within 3 or 4 months of that decision of me not getting the mic anymore, suddenly people didn't care. And this guy who had been over to a significant degree was pretty much worthless on the show.
That's when I went to Vince and I told him, hey, Vince, we have something here. He's like, no, they're fucking with you. They don't mean Rusev Day. I'm like, sir, our merchandise is sold out everywhere. He's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, the shirt is sold out. We're #1 selling merch. You know what he said? I'm not even lying. He says, well, maybe they didn't make enough.
They made merch for Rusev Day. They did all that. They put us on these shows. They gave us these chances to be on TV a lot, but never really pulled the trigger or anything because, man, there were so many matches where Rusev would go out there and kind of like do the old babyface push, babyface comeback and where he'd get back and kind of get yelled at. Like, you're not a babyface, you're a heel. We kept trying to force it, which maybe we shouldn't have done.
And he enjoys the adulation of the crowd here. In a tag team title match right now.
Did they sit around and say, like, how do we bury Sandow? They may have, but I don't know if they did. And that was probably not the case. But, like, there wasn't a lot of thought, obviously, being put into my character. And that's what they thought of me at the time. And that's fine. And that's on them. And guess what? Everything worked out okay. So, like, I don't hang on to things like that.
So, let's recap. A wrestler gets over by themselves. The fans love them and cheer their names like they are a main event star. So what WWE does in such moments is sell us dreams by giving our favorite wrestler more screen time, put them in top segments, pair them with main event stars, and even give them a title match or two. And they do all of this just to pull the rug under our noses and bury our favorite wrestler. It's a pattern we've seen multiple times, but we always fall for it. So why do they do this? Well, it's simply because it's not part of the plan. The WWE creatives decide who we should cheer for and boo. So the moment we go against their plans and cheer for someone that they don't see as a top guy, it forces them to move around their storylines in order to accommodate us. And they don't like that. Hence why they give us what we want for a short period of time before burying our favorite wrestler. Case in point, LA Knight. Now, LA Knight was never positioned to be a main event star. He was just supposed to play a mid-card heel who jobs to the top stars. But the fans fell in love with his character and promos, and that was not part of WWE's plans, because their plans were to push Cody as their top babyface who dethrones Roman. But since the fans started cheering for LA Knight, they were forced to turn a mid-card heel that was probably not going to achieve much in the main roster into a main event babyface. But remember, this was never part of their plans, and WWE has repeatedly showed us this fact. Let's look at Money in the Bank 2023. Fans thought that LA Knight would win the briefcase, and they teased it, but ultimately Damian won so that they can further the Judgment Day storyline. Then LA Knight entered the United States Championship picture, and fans thought maybe he's going to win it. But no, Rey Mysterio eventually won the belt, so they can do something with LWO. Then they team LA Knight with John Cena, and it's like, wow, maybe they're taking him seriously. Well, you can ask Ryder if that did anything for him. And now he is in a championship match against Roman Reigns. I mean, come on, he's not going to win against Roman Reigns unless he wins via disqualification, which would be a pointless win since he won't get the belt. And on top of that, the same night that he confronted Roman, WWE was more focused on the stare down between Roman and Cody, which tells you who they want to push. And listen, I get it. He's getting a main event championship match against Roman. That should be a big deal. And it is a big deal. But I'm looking at the bigger picture, because he is going to lose. And then what's going to happen? Is he going to get another title shot? Maybe, but he's still going to lose it. Some may argue that he may win the Royal Rumble next year, but with the likes of Cody and Gunther being favorites, I don't think so. I mean, he may be in the last 3 or 2 remaining before being eliminated. Or maybe he will win Money in the Bank next year. But just because he wins it, it doesn't guarantee a successful cash-in. Now, maybe I'm wrong and LA Knight gets pushed over the moon and wins multiple world championships and even main events WrestleMania. If that happens, I will be happy for LA Knight. But for now, I am not buying this dream that WWE is selling to us, because they have sold us the same dreams multiple times. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, shame on me 1,000 times. Now, trust me when I say this. I want to be wrong. I want WWE to prove me wrong and have everything I said in this video age poorly. I want that. But until they can prove me wrong, I refuse to keep buying this dream. If you like this video, please subscribe and write down in the comments what you think about this topic. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think is going to happen with LA Knight? Thank you for watching.